If love wasn't conditional, everybody would be in love with everybody. The term polygamy originated from a Greek word called polygamia. It is a state of marriage to many spouses or frequent marriages, a marriage that includes more than two partners. When a man is married to more than one wife at a time, the relationship is called polygamy. And when a woman is married to more than one husband at a time, the relationship is called polyandry.
I feel polygamy is greed. One woman is enough for one man. Why have more when you can do with one? It's very unfair. And I think the risk of contracting diseases is very high. So I think one man, one woman.
Unfortunately, polygamy has been practiced in this country for many, many years, but these days it just costs our economy far too much.
Although polygamy in African countries is perceived as a cultural practice, the Y generation, the pop culture, or youth of today see it in a much different spectrum. We took it to the streets to hear what the others had to say about it.
Okay, well, I think that, I don't think I would go with polygamy or any of that because I prefer monogamy. But I suppose if other people are happy with that, then I'm not really one to judge people. So as long as they're cool with it, then I'm cool with it.
It's an African tradition, but personally I feel if you want to practice it, fine, but I wouldn't.
In 1997, Magic Klaswaya was on a local TV drama, played a character called Matlanduna, who was in a polygamous relationship with multiple wives.
Oh yes, the drama was called Gwakala Nyonini, and the role I played there, I played the role of Mfaniseni Lutuli, the second son of the Lutuli family, and known very well as a polygamist.
Saying I'm a supporter of polygamy, right? I'm not either saying that you should be a polygamist or not. But what I do think is that every single person has the right to their own choices, right? I think no matter how a marriage contract is written up, I think it's up to the individuals involved to decide how they feel about polygamy.
Okay, I think it depends on the people if they're comfortable with it or not.
Polygamy, well, I think it's wrong in the sense that it's mostly men that are like polygamists. Like, you don't actually find women that are polygamists. So I find that a bit odd and not really fair, so yeah.
Yes, I do. I know lots of my friends are. Yeah, like, it works, okay, it works. Like, seeing it, I know it's a very hard concept, people to understand, but seeing it, it works for them.
I married 4 wives, and the other one was married in the cultural customs, and the other one was married in the South African law, which you do have a certificate of getting married to, but the others didn't have the certificates because they were cultural wives. And the 5th wife which I had was the wife which was in our culture, the Zulu culture, you say umfazi wokungenwa. That woman was the wife to my eldest brother, and my eldest brother passed away. So culturally, after the eldest brother has passed away, the woman doesn't have to leave the family. The woman must also stay in the family. But staying in the family, the woman must be married to the youngest brother of the deceased.
You're kind of like cheating in a way that's regulated or allowed or whatever. So I believe in one man, one woman policy. So
okay, I think that polygamy is the future because monogamy obviously is not working for society. So if you and your partner have a relationship that's based on the knowledge of other people, I think it would be way better. Then you wouldn't have cheaters and people cutting up other people and serial killers and people shooting other people because they're partners.
The legal perspective will be from the act called the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act of 2000. In terms of the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act, men are allowed to have more than one wife under certain circumstances and conditions. Unfortunately, women are not allowed to have more than one partner in terms of this act. This is in recognition of the custom practiced in Africa.
It's all about culture, you know. Whatever you think and how you take your culture and how you value your culture is more important than what other people think.
Polygamy is, I think, honestly, if everyone was polygamous, like, the world would be so much better. Like, honestly,
It goes down to cultural and religious thoughts and religious views, and certain religions are okay with it and certain people are okay with it. So it depends on what the religion and the culture say.
It was King Solomon who had 700 wives in the Bible, and today people view polygamy as immoral.
All right, being a preacher and being a man of cloth, I would say it is, yes, in the Bible. Quite a lot of people in the Bible, you talk about Abraham, you talk about David, you talk about Jacob, yes, those people also were polygamists.
Polygamy is an important role in our society in general, especially because of our South African history and background. So whether it's for the people that want it to be for them, I think polygamy is good in the sense that yes, polygamy is good.
Basically, if it is, from a cultural perspective, it is deemed okay because from the Holy Book, whichever book that you follow, it permisses it with certain rules and regulations, and that which makes it okay. So from viewing it from that perspective makes it okay. But from a social perspective, I think that if you're more culturally inclined, then you'll be okay with it. But if you're more socially inclined, then there's going to be conflicts around it.
Most African countries do practice polygamy, and it has always been a part of the culture. The practice of polygamy is partially legal in South Africa. However, polyandry is not accepted or legal.
And legally speaking, I'm very much satisfied that the law tried whatever that can be done to protect women in polygamous relationship, at least when it comes to property. But when it comes to general standing in the society, I think there's still a lot to be done, and the legislation alone cannot achieve much. We as members of the community, we need to work hard to achieve this. In terms of legislation, when you are married, it doesn't matter whether you are a chief, traditional leader. If you are married and you need to marry a second wife, the first wife would have to take part. She has to consent, and there has to be a clear contract which is agreed to by the court.
Yeah, I've read about that. I don't think it's really nice. I think it's the other way around is nice and it's better.
Would I? No.
There isn't any custom or culture that I'm aware of in Africa, in particular in South Africa, wherein a woman is able, either in terms of law or in terms of custom, to marry more than one husband.
No, not me personally, but I mean, why can't women do it?
Whoever joins into the marriage and decides to be in a polygamous marriage is a choice. So whoever chooses to be in a polygamous marriage it's their basic right to choose to be in a polygamous marriage. So why should you be against it? I guess if everyone has a right to be either gay, straight, or in a polygamous marriage, then I guess it's okay.
Definitely, I'm for the cause. Yeah, to the people. Yeah, I would. It's about communication, you know what I mean? So if someone that I'm with communicates that he's polygamous, so I understand. And if I don't want to be in a relationship with you and you tell me this, then that speaks volumes. But as far as polygamy goes, I don't have a problem with it.
Hell no. No.
Okay, well, I think that as long as both parties are happy with, if they agree to it, then everything will be okay.
Though I once considered it, but right now I wouldn't.
Personally, no. No, I wouldn't.
I would do it if my culture encourages me to do that.
I will have to marry within my culture. So as I said about the cultural thing, my culture doesn't permit it, so it will not apply to me. But if it does apply to for the Muslim culture, I totally respect that. I'll respect your views. But with me, with my beliefs, I was just not brought up that way, and it's not in my culture, so I cannot permit it.
Personally, I don't think so.
I wouldn't get into a polygamous relationship or marriage, but I do not have anything against it. I believe if it keeps the family together, then it's cool.
There are many reasons why people will marry more than one wife. Some of them, well, you will find they are reasonable, good, while there are those which you may find to be ridiculous. For example, the most common and obvious reason is that from the statistics, if you check the stats SA, not only in South Africa but international, you'll realize that women are more than men in numbers. And men easily die, or if you check the age, or rather life expectancy, more women live longer than the men. That can be ascribed to many reasons. It's like men do very risky jobs while women do not do much of the risky jobs. Most of them, or some of them, are housewives. Those are not housewives, they'll be doing the jobs that are less risky, while men will be working deep in the mines. You're not going to easily find women working down in the mines. And
I guess it's the social contract, guys.
Yeah.
It's simple. A marriage is a contract. How you want to write that contract is up to you.
Yep.
You want to tell your husband or wife that she can't or he can't get another spouse,
Then
you can
that's
say
up
that.
to you.
And that's the way we look at it. I don't think society or the state should ever involve itself in deciding for people what they should or shouldn't do.
Yeah, and
right?
I think polygamy
it's
can
important.
go both ways, because females can get to marry a number of guys if they want to.
Everyone seems to have their own take on polygamy and polyandry. It is legal in South Africa and in most of African countries, if not all. It is no more a question of right or wrong, but of which makes you happy.